Hello, my name is Olivia Friday, and today I will be talking about The Awakening by Kate Chopin. This novel is published by, or novella is published by Simon and Schuster Paperbacks, and I would view this to be like a realistic historical fiction novella. The setting of The Awakening is in Louisiana in 1899. And it's during a time where it's like the beginning of the Industrial Revolution is becoming popular and farmers are not as valued as much. So, a summary of the book would be The Awakening by Kate Chopin is a scandalous story about a woman, Edna Pontellier, who cheats on her husband and is in search of her true self and her true desires. In the story, Edna is in an extremely conditional marriage with her husband, Leonce Pontellier. And throughout the novella, she indulges in romantic and sexual relationships between two men. And in these relationships, she realizes that for her, true freedom does not match the traditions of a woman, what women were supposed to desire during this time period. And instead, she viewed true freedom as being in like real passionate relationships and maintaining her self autonomy. And we kind of get a view of that in the book because she makes it very clear that she has no desire to lose herself for anyone. She said she's not going to lose herself for her kids, sacrifice her own life for her kids. And she doesn't really change that view throughout the book. Some of the themes that were explored were womanhood, freedom, and desires. So, on the womanhood piece, we can see a really good example of what a woman during that time period was supposed to behave with Adele Ratignolle. She's described as a mother woman, and Edna's described as not being a mother woman. And she loves her kids. She loves her husband. She does work around the house. She cleans and cooks and all that stuff. She's what is a desirable woman of that time period because she kind of just becomes the roles that she's in. So Edna says that she is still herself, and motherhood is a role that she just has that she doesn't quite enjoy. But for Madame Ratignolle, literally her being is being a mother, being a wife. It's not just a role that she has. It is her. So like she loses her like self autonomy in order to, take on these responsibilities. And Edna figures out that these are actually roles that she doesn't enjoy. And also, the book also discusses freedom in the sense where it's freedom and desire kind of work hand in hand, especially for Edna, because she doesn't view freedom as being a wife, a mother, a loving person, not a loving person, but a loving wife. And because of that, she had to lose all of her responsibilities in order to gain her freedom. She stopped doing, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but she does like these things on Tuesdays where like people call in and like she just has to like take down notes and things of what they say. She got rid of that responsibility. She stopped cleaning. She never really cooked, but she stopped taking care of her kids. She stopped, kind of being a wife. And once she got rid of that, because those were not her true desires, she became happy and she felt like she was free. And that's why she felt no regret for what she was doing. In the book, it mentioned that like she was being led by fate, and when the sacrifices prevent themselves or the consequences present themselves, she would have no regrets because she's not upset that she's chasing her desires and being free. And then with desires, this matches heavily with the time period. This is a historical fiction set in 1899. So very, very traditional gender roles are meant to be what people desire. You should want to get married, want to have a husband, want to be a housewife, want to have kids. And if those aren't your desires, you're kind of outcasted in society. And Mademoiselle Reyes is a perfect example of someone who has been outcasted because because she doesn't desire what women are supposed to desire in life. And I really respect Madame Reyes or Madame Rice, because she was like, I'm not, going to be the average woman. I'm not going to do that. And I like that they added both examples of a woman who is a traditional woman, and then Mademoiselle Rice, who's like non-traditional in every way imaginable. And that kind of gets into my likes and dislikes of the book. I really cherish the relationship that Edna Pontellier had with Adele Ratignolle and Mademoiselle Rice, because I felt like it was just a really good. Every time their dialogue just allowed you to learn more about Edna and like her feelings. With Adele Ratignolle, when she was telling her about like her babies and what she does at the house and her husband, Edna was like, "And you're having fun, and you're liking it, and you're having a good time." And she was like, "Yeah," and it's just like you realize that Edna doesn't desire these things. She does not want to be a traditional woman. And you see, and because of their dialogue, it's revealed that happens. And then with Mademoiselle Rice, she acts as an advisor, a mentor to her, because Madame Rice kind of is more in a sense of what Edna wanted to be, non-traditional woman, but you find that Edna's not strong enough for that life. And so I really cherish Mademoiselle Rice of being her mentor and telling her things. Like in the book, Edna had said she had said something strange to her, where she was saying checking if she had strong wings on her back, because if you're flying above the sea of traditions and prejudice, then you're gonna have to have really strong wings, because that's a hard life. And she didn't understand why she was saying that. But Mademoiselle Rice is a person who had to have strong wings. And that's why people, even now, that she's against the traditional norms, because people call her old, ugly, not old, but ugly, unapproachable. She's just not viewed as a good person. And she's fine, and she has thick skin, so she kind of almost outcasts herself before people can do it to her. And it just reveals that if you're not a traditional woman, you're not going to it's very difficult for you. And I just really enjoy her character overall. But what I disliked, I would have to say, would be the ending. I don't really like that she killed herself, but I understand why she did it, because it's women who go against traditional roles really don't have a place in society, so what's the point of life continuing? And I think that one of the main reasons why she did kill herself is because Robert left. Because she was really getting into her awakening and learning, this is not what I desire. What I desire are these things, 1, 2, 3. And when she finds out that her desires can't be met, she's like, well, dang, what am I doing here? And it ends in her death. And so that was a very sad ending. I just felt like it kind of feels like if you're a woman who doesn't desire what society wants you to desire, you don't really have a place in society. Even though maybe during that time that was true, it just felt a little heartbreaking that that's what occurred. But Madame Rice is a person who's non-traditional, but she lived. But you just find out that it's you have to be a very strong-willed person in order to make it, or else you're not going to make it. And then I would say that the audience for this book would be questioning women, or questioning people who are open to the issues that women face, especially during the 20th century. And if it's questioning women who do not seek traditional gender roles, or maybe women who want to learn more about women who don't seek traditional roles. It's just, the book gives a lot of insight for those who don't go with what society wants them to go with. And then I would just say that the non-audience would just be people who just have no concept of society, or gender roles, or why people wouldn't desire something. I don't know. Because if you don't understand the prevalence of gender roles and kind of how society is, the context of society, then you're not going to understand why Miss Pontellier is acting the way that she is, why Miss Ratignolle is acting the way she is, why Mademoiselle Rice is acting the way that she is, because you don't have the context or understanding that this is what goes on in society. You would only be able to view the book surface level. But that's overall, kind of my thoughts from The Awakening. I thought that it was a cute little novella, and I truly enjoyed it.